Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the best products of 2018. I am so excited to share these with you. I have put stuff aside, dwindled it down, put stuff aside, dwindled it down, and I've tried to really pick only the best. One of my favorite things about my job is recommending products to you guys and hearing how much you love my recommendations, so this is the perfect video for me. I'm really excited to share my favorites. I've been watching other beauty gurus' 2018 favorites videos, and I'm noticing that I have a lot of products that no one's talking about. So that's really exciting for me. I'm going to give you some products that maybe you haven't heard of. I'm going to show you some swatches, explain why I love the products, and you know me, I don't like to stick to 5 or 10 brands that send PR. I like to try tons of different brands, and I have some hidden gems I think that no one's talking about because they probably didn't receive it in PR and they just didn't seek it out. But if you want to see my favorite top best products of the year, including skincare and maybe some hair care and mainly makeup, then stay tuned. As many of you know, if you've been following me for a while, I'm a perfume lover. I love trying new perfumes, and I wanted to thank Scentbird for sponsoring the first portion of this video. This is a 2018 favorite, a 2017 favorite, probably even 2016. Sometimes I feel like I've only been on YouTube for like 2 years and it's been more like 4. I've been rocking with Scentbird for so long, and I will continue to do so because I love the service. I love the company. Scentbird is a subscription service for perfumes. Basically, you get to try out perfumes before you splurge. As we all know, most perfumes range from $50 to $100, sometimes over that, especially really high-end brands. And it's so expensive. If you're a perfume lover like me and you would rather have, 30 or 40 different scents to choose from, Scentbird will be perfect for you. Scentbird lets you choose a new designer fragrance every month for just $15. They have over 450 different scents. And I love that you can search the website. You can choose your scents, which I love. It's not like a random, you get to actually choose. Also, you can read reviews, and I find them so helpful. They're not just all glowing positive reviews. I know we've seen on websites where it seems like everything is 5-star. This actually has real reviews from customers. So I always scroll through and look for perfumes that are in my wheelhouse, which usually are like fruity or musky or very sweet. And then I read the reviews to see if I'm going to like the perfume. And if I think I'm gonna like it, I add it to my queue. Scentbird partners with top brands like Gucci and Prada. They also work with indie brands like Glossier and Tocca. So pretty much everything that you're looking for. They even have niche fragrances, and they also have cologne as well for the men out there. So each month you will get a 30-day supply of the perfume that you chose, or I think you can also let them randomly choose, but I like to choose exactly so I know which perfumes are coming. And it comes in a little component like this, and I love this because you can throw this in your purse, and as you can see, it is safe and sound. It's not gonna spray all over your purse, and then you just pop it up like this, and you can see the little nozzle to spritz the perfume. To actually remove the perfume, you just pull it out like this, and that's it. So if you wanna put another one in, you pop it in, and then you just close it down, and it keeps it safe in your purse. So I really love the component. I love that I can travel with it. It's not a glass bottle that's going to break. So absolutely love the convenience of this, and also the fact that I can switch perfumes in and out whenever I feel like it. So the first scent that I tried this month was from a brand I've never even heard of, and that's another reason that I love Scentbird. I just kind of scroll through the website and I'm looking for new scents to try. And this is from Confessions of a Rebel, and it's called Get a Room. And the reviews really sucked me into this one. To me, this smells unisex, so I feel like I could wear it or my husband, but it's very aquatic, very fresh. So this would be a scent that I would use going to the grocery store, going to the gym, daytime, but it's a very fresh scent, so I really like it. It's a little bit different than what I'm typically drawn to. And then I'm really drawn to this one, and I was reading reviews on Sephora, and I really want to try it, but it was super pricey. So this is the Prada Candy. Now I know Prada has like Candy Kiss, Candy this, Candy that. So there's so many different like types of Prada candy. It's really hard to keep up. This one to me smells very cozy, almost like Replica by the Fireplace or Huda Beauty Vanilla, that smoky kind of caramel vanilla dry down. So to me, this one is perfect for the winter time because it's a really cozy scent. So if you're interested in trying out Scentbird, I know you will not be disappointed. I have 30% off to sign up, so you can get your first month for $10, literally 10 bucks. Try it out. You will not be disappointed. I've worked with them a million times. I stand by their product. I think it's such a cool concept. So I'll have a link down below. Make sure you click it to get your 30% off if you are a new sign up for Scentbird. And they also have makeup too, which is another thing that I didn't mention, is they have full-size makeup from like Tarte and tons of brands that you know. So you can kind of mix and match. You can do the monthly perfume subscription, and then you can add in other products just a la carte. So check the link out down below, and let's get into more favorites of 2018. All right, so we have a ton of products to go through, so I'm gonna move quickly, tell you why I like the product, who I would recommend it for, and move on. So we're gonna start with base. I'm just gonna recommend one. The proof is in the pudding. This is Stellar Beauty Brilliance Primer. No one has talked about this except for Tati did gush about it a couple months ago. Look at how much I have used from this primer. I absolutely love this primer for smoothing out the skin, giving you a little bit of hydration but not making you oily. It gives you a little bit of a glow, but really it's just good for smoothing. It's not your typical really like silicone-y primer. It's a little bit different, but it somehow just smooths the pores really nicely. You can use it all over. I use it all the time. It's my most reach for. If you had to throw away all my other primers, I'm sticking with this one. Foundation wise, I have three that I want to mention. The first one is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I feel like this is not new, but I would recommend this if you have issues with your foundation not staying on, if you're getting married and you need a long wear, if you work as a nurse, whatever it may be. This is the most long wearing foundation that I've ever tried. It's a medium coverage. You can build it. If you find that it's drying, just really moisturize underneath and you'll get it to work. I love it. It lasts forever. New foundation this year that reminds me of the Double Wear, a little bit less drying. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. This one is amazing. Great coverage. Blends beautifully. Again, if you feel like it's a little bit dry, really hit the moisturizer, use a radiant primer, and you'll get it to work. I've seen some people that said it was really drying. I've noticed that it could be dry on me if I don't prep the skin, but I'm combo, and I'm telling you, I have gone crazy with this foundation. I am in shade F8 and I'm wearing it today. And then for a more dewy or natural everyday foundation, I've only had this for a month or so, but I really wanted to mention it because I've been grabbing for it. And this is the Buildable Blur Thrive Cosmetics CC Cream. What I like about this, again, is that it's long wearing. So I would never really recommend a foundation in my best of the year that's only gonna last for 5 hours, 7 hours. This one lasts all day. I will say there's a little bit of fading, you know, around here from, you know, resting my hand or whatever it may be, but this is the longest lasting CC cream that I've ever tried, and also it has a little bit of a glow. It's a little bit more natural, so if you like long wear, but you don't want the really, you know, set dry down, you want something with a little bit more radiance, a little bit more hydration, this is really nice. Concealer, obviously the Tarte Shape Tape is great. I'm not going to go on a spiel about it. It's just, you know, a staple product. But the one that stole my heart this year is the Huda Beauty Overachiever. This is a very high coverage concealer, very thick, but it blends beautifully, very smoothing, and you don't need a lot. I've been using this nonstop. I'm in the shade Nugget, whatever it is, I love it. If you're a full glam person, you're gonna love this. And just for every day, you could just apply a couple dots and it'll get you there. So this is the best of the year. Loose powder. There was a ton of great loose powders this year. I could think of 10 that are in my top drawer and I mix and match. But if I had to throw them all away and choose one, I'm gonna go for the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal. It's just beautiful. It's not drying, but it also is very smoothing. It does set and it just lasts all day. I don't know what to say about it other than it looks beautiful. I have gone through multiple jars of this. Again, when I notice myself doing that, it's like, okay, this is a favorite. I repurchased this. I want to have backups. Again, if I could only choose one powder, I'm rocking with this one. Moving on to brow products, I have two that I want to mention. Again, there's a lot that I enjoy, but if you're thinking like best of the best, first of all is the Benefit Precisely My Brow. This is amazing. You can find dupes for it, but for some reason I always go back to this one in shade number 3. So absolutely love this. And my favorite brow product is the iconic London Sculpt and Boost Eyebrow Cushion in medium. I have gone ham on this. It is basically dried out at this point. I need to get a new one. This is amazing. I no longer use a pomade. I find them too thick. I find that they get clunky. This is very thin and I can fill in my brows with it and outline it. If you get a really thin brush, I can do a really sharp outline. I've gone through a few of these as well. So standout product for me. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it because they don't get it in PR. It's now available at Ulta. I will link it down below. It is worth the splurge. In terms of bronzers, I have 2 bronzers to show you, and you will be understanding once you see these. Now, I've seen everybody rave about this. This is the Marc Jacobs Tantastic Bronzer. You can see I've hit pan. I think I reach for this the most because it's matte. I can contour with it, and it's never muddy. It's never gonna go over the top. If you apply too much, you can buff it out. This is just a safe bet, and it's lasted me a long time. So it is quite pricey, but you get a lot of products. So if you're new to bronzer, or you just want something that's a safe bet that you can use for contouring or bronzing, this is a go-to. I've also hit pan on my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores bronzer. Now this is a dewy bronzer, but you can see I've hit pan. And again, when I hit pan on things, I'm like, definitely have to include that. This is a glowy bronzer. This is a little bit more warm than the Marc Jacobs. I would not contour with this. This one, again, blends out beautifully, but it's going to give you a really, radiant look. So I would say this is probably going to be more of a summer bronzer that you really want to look, glowy, like you've just had a tan, but can't put this down. These are my 2 favorites. Moving on to blush. I love blush. It's my favorite thing, or one of my favorite things, and I just looked for the ones that I gravitate towards, that I always know is going to work for me. And the first one is Dollface by Tarte. Now Tarte has a beautiful blush palette, so I would recommend really any of their blush palettes. I'll link a couple down below because you can get more bang for your buck. But this shade in particular is Baby Doll Cheeks in a blush. It is beautiful. Whenever I don't know which way to go, I'm going for this one. So absolutely love this. These blushes are great, but again, save yourself some money and get a blush book or one of their blush palettes, because you'll get more bang for your buck. But Tarte just does blushes beautifully, and this pink shade has just always worked for me. And my other favorite in the blush category is this trio from Morphe in Pop of Blush. I really went hard on the middle shade more so. I just love that really bright, I don't know, I feel like most people like, more of like a peachy nude blush. I like more of like a bright blush. I think people are afraid of it, but it just really brings your face alive in my opinion. So I use this one a lot, and then this one when I wanted a more subdued look. You can't go wrong with the Morphe blushes. These trios, I think they're like $12, and I think they're worth it. So if you wanted to try them out, definitely recommend these. Moving on to highlighters, this was the hardest to narrow down because there were so many beautiful ones this year. Number 1 favorite, Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter. I cannot tell you, this is in the shade Champagne. This to me is just insanity. And it's drugstore. I like the Maybelline Master Chrome, don't get me wrong, but something about this, when I apply this to my cheeks and down my nose, it almost looks like a liquid. It's insanity. So this is my top favorite. I do wish they would come out with more shades that are, I know they have like a white, and then they have more pinky ones. I wish they would just come out with like a lighter gold version, but hot fire, love it so much. The next one is more pricey. This is the Dior Backstage palette. This is beautiful, you guys. I go for this shade a lot, and then this shade if I want to go even lighter. But again, I love the formula on both of these. They're not powdery. You don't need to buff them in. You don't need to wet them. They don't enhance your texture. These are just really reflective, beautiful highlighters. This one is pricey, but I use it a lot. It's like a go-to, and a lot of times when I'm wearing this, you guys are like, what's on your cheeks? And it's this palette. A brand in general that kills it on the highlighters is Ofra Cosmetics. Their highlighters are just beautiful. My favorite would be, I think it's Glazed Donut by Nikki Tutorials. It is so intense, you just need the littlest bit. And then also Rodeo Drive. I just pulled out a palette just to show you. There's so many different shades. They have just like so many different variations of beautiful highlighters. These are intense. You need a little bit. You can buff them into the skin, or you can just apply them just like the other ones, but you cannot go wrong with Ofra highlighters. If you like that intense glow, you will love these. A highlighter that's absolutely stunning, and I'm so glad I got it. I did splurge on the Inglot JLo collection, and I was quite disappointed with everything except for this. This is Live in the Highlight, and you guys, this is insanity. So this is a swatch of it, and it is just absolutely intense, but the most beautiful champagne. I feel like it would work for a lot of skin tones. Obviously JLo is very tan. I've seen so many different people pull this off. This is one of my favorites. Like when I think about wanting that blinding, just oh my gosh glow, I definitely recommend this. This is worth ordering, and I know you can't get it at Ulta and Sephora, but this is worth seeking out because it is just so intense. Now the last highlighter I want to talk about is a luminous powder. kind of similar to maybe the Hourglass Ambient Lighting, but with a bronze. And this is from Iconic London. It's called the Luminous Powder. The presentation is beautiful. I like to stick to the middle where the bronzy shades are. And I had an Instagram video where I used this product, and you really are just supposed to kind of sweep it on your face to give you a glow. This is more of a summer product again, but this is so beautiful. Every time I wear this, I just feel like I'm lit from within. This is beautiful with like a natural makeup look, glossy lips, bushy brows, faux freckles, and this, and you're good to go. I love this. It's one of my most used products, and I checked their website and it's sold out until February, but it's worth the wait. If you've been eyeing it, it's not just pretty in the pan, it's beautiful on the skin. So this is one of my most reached for products, especially like day to day when I'm not doing full glam. I will throw this on and I just feel like I look highlighted, but I don't have like a big stripe of highlight. Moving on to mascara, there were two mascaras in particular that really blew my mind this year. And the first one is the NARS Climax mascara. This is probably my most reached for. It's just a beautiful mascara. It doesn't smudge. It really gives me length on my lashes. My lashes are very sad, so I need help. So I really, really like this. Usually when a mascara comes out, I roll my eyes and I'm like, whatever, I'll put on falsies, but this one is a standout for me. Also, the Caution mascara from Hourglass. I actually only have samples, and I'm almost wondering maybe that's why I reach for this more, just because it has a longer handle. But both of these mascaras blew my mind this year. They're very pricey, but I've been seeing them in so many people's recommendations because they really are amazing. So false lashes are something that I really love. You guys know I go crazy buying indie brands. I'm gonna mention two favorites, like my go-tos. Number one is the Faux Mink Mykonos from Lily Lashes. These are just crazy intense. I feel like I could have no makeup on and pop these on and it just makes your look crazy glam. So these are beautiful, never fail me. And then the other one is Lashaholics in Ellie. I actually right now have the Ellie X. There's like a Ellie and then like a Glamour Ellie. These are a little big for me. I put them on and I was like, whoa. These are a little bit more subdued. I've worn these multiple times. You guys are always asking me what they are. So my favorite from Lashaholics is Ellie, but I really like Lashaholics lashes in general. I've made 4 or 5 purchases myself, and I have a ton of different lash styles. So if you're looking for some faux mink or silk, check out Lashaholics. I'll have them linked down below. Now, when I was thinking about my favorite eyeshadow palettes, I really thought there were so many different palettes that were great this year. For me to go through and, you know, choose all of them would be just a little bit crazy. So I really chose the one that stood out to me the most. There's, again, so many different good palettes. If you have any questions down below in terms of do I recommend a palette or what do I think about it, go ahead and comment. But I didn't want to go through and name off 10 palettes because I'm choosing something that stood out to me, and that is the Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival palette. The looks that I've seen on Instagram with this palette are absolutely insane. This is a collaboration with Stacey Marie. She's a makeup artist. So just, you know, look for the Carnival palette hashtags on Instagram and you'll just like, your mind will be blown. But it just has such a great array of colors. You can go so bright, but you can also stay neutral. And I find myself using the brown shades quite a lot in my daily life because usually I'm just gonna put like a brown in the crease and move on. But if I wanted to get crazy, I can use these really bright shades. Has 2 highlighters in it, and I noticed that the mattes blend beautifully. So if you want more tutorials with this palette, let me know. I bought this myself. I've been loving it. It is the standout palette for me this year in terms of just looking at everything. This is the one that I travel with and I feel like I could have the most fun with but still make it wearable. So I know this year was the year of liquid eyeshadows, the Stila Glitter and Glows, and I do like those, but I find they're a little bit hard to work with, and I actually found a product that I prefer, and this is the Iconic London Chrome Flash Eye Pots. I did a video with them, and these are so stunning. These are literally chrome on your eyes, and they just blend out beautifully. They set for the day. I'm really, really impressed. I do want to get more colors. I have 2 shades here, and the one that I use the most is this champagne shade. You could just apply it to your inner corners. I even used it down the center of my nose, and it's just a beautiful formula. I've fallen in love with Iconic London. I work with them a lot, and I just find so many products that are just stand out to me. They really are a company that just has like the super glowy, metallic kind of vibe, and I love it. Now onto lips, which is my favorite category. I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet for the lip liner. Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude. Cannot be beat. The wear time, the color, the formula, perfection. I've gone through multiple pencils, and I used to be a Pillow Talk lover, but it's a little too pink for me now. I'm much more into the nude. If you need the perfect nude lip liner, look no further. I will link it down below. Thank me later. This is the best. In terms of bullet lipsticks, I have 3 that I want to share with you guys. The first being the Pat McGrath Matte Trans Lipstick in Peep Show. This is just a beautiful formula. It's just full pigment, one swipe, powdery, but not drying, and this color is stunning. I think it's the lightest one that she offers, and it's just the perfect peachy pink nude lipstick. I find myself reaching for it a lot, so I want to mention that. Also, the MAC, you can't go wrong with MAC lipsticks, but this color, Self-Aware, is just a stunning nude. I found myself reaching for a ton this year, a little bit deeper than what I would typically go for, but every time I wore this, I just felt very, you know, I don't know, grungy, but still beautiful with that nude lip. So I wanted to mention that. And then my most used of the year that was actually in my purse, I had to go grab it. You can see that I am at the tail end of this, and again, when I go through a lipstick, it's like, wow, that's a favorite. And this is Nude Kate by Charlotte Tilbury. I feel like everybody talks about the KKW, and I actually don't even like that one. It's too light, and it almost looked a little bit crusty, or not crusty, but it almost looked like I don't know, like you ate a donut or something, like a powdered donut. So this is Nude Kate, and it's just a little bit deeper. It's just this beautiful nude color. I can put it over anything. This formula is amazing. I keep it in my purse. I've gone through a couple of these actually. So you can see I like nudes, but I like different variations of nude, and this is probably my go-to favorite that I can use anytime and it looks beautiful. So if I had to recommend one bullet lipstick, if you like nudes, Nude Kate is it. Moving on to liquid lipsticks, I pulled 3, but to be honest, there was a ton that I could tell you about. I'm still ride or die for Jeffree Star Mannequin, but I wanted to, you know, talk about some new ones that I tried this year. The first being Nabla Cosmetics Vanilla Queen. I picked this up, and the formula on this is long lasting. It doesn't crack. It's just beautiful. Again, very similar to like that Peep Show from Pat McGrath, but in a liquid lipstick formula. So I really, really like that color. The next one I'm wearing right now, and you guys, this is such a beautiful shade. This is Crystal Hearts Cosmetics Beverly. Now, when I swatch this, I'm like, that's like too reddish or maroonish for me, but for some reason on the lips it just works beautifully. This is such a thin formula. You do not get that gunking. I've had this lipstick on for maybe 4 hours. You don't get gunkiness. Something about this shade is just absolute perfection to me, so I had to mention it. I love the formula. If you like the colors of Crystal Hearts, I highly recommend them. It's an indie brand, but love to support indie brands, and something about this shade in particular, it's like your lips but better. And then the last one that I've just been rocking with all year, this is Cafe Au Chic from MAC. This is, I think it's the Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color, and I posted this on Instagram in a photo, and I said every time I wear this color I just feel like a badass. This is just like grungy nude gray. It's just beautiful if you want to venture out, but you still want it to be somewhat wearable. This shade is it. So those are standout lip colors for me this year in terms of liquid lipstick. Again, I still love Jeffree Star Mannequin. I keep that in my purse, but I didn't want to be repetitive, and I wanted to show you some ones that really kind of caught my attention this year. Moving on to glosses, I have 4 to mention. It was really hard to get it down to 4, but these are the ones that I reach for the most. The first being the Marc Jacobs Enamored High Shine Lip Gloss, and this is number 346 Raw Raw. So this is like a creamsicle, I don't know, like a creamsicle peachy orange. I mean, it is like bright, but it's so beautiful on the lips. I have it over that liquid lipstick, and it really just lightens up the lip. I love this actual formula, but this color, something about this color, if something's looking a little bit muted and I feel like I need a little bit of color to the face, this is just so pretty. So this is something I reach for quite often. I don't know if I've ever spoke about it. And then the next one is KKW Super Nude. This is exactly what it says. It's just a milky, milky nude. I love the formula on these. It is a little bit thick, a little bit sticky, but that's what I prefer. And this is a swatch of it. So if you have a lipstick that's too dark, again, throw this in the center and it'll lighten it up. It'll give it that milky, creamy look. Then, of course, we had to talk about Fenty Beauty Diamond Milk. I love glittery glosses, and this shade is stunning. I've applied it in videos and I just feel like this really looks like you have diamonds on your lips. So it's right here. This is almost a dupe for the Sisley gloss, the diamond gloss that everybody was raving about that I have, but it's like 60 bucks. So love this so much. But my all-time go-to, you know I was gonna go there, is the KKW Bronze Gloss. This is just perfection. I have like 5. I've gone through a couple of these. And I cannot describe the color to you because it's like a clear bronze with pink, purple, blue, and green multi-dimensional shift in it. So it's right here. It's very similar to the Fenty Beauty, but it's just a different tone. I don't know what it is, but this color is perfection over every lipstick. I can just put this on and it just transforms. So these are my top 4 most used. I keep them in my purse. I have duplicates and I do enjoy a thicker gloss. So keep in mind, if you like those glosses that are very thin, you probably won't like these because I like something that's tacky that's gonna hang on, and I don't like when it bleeds, and none of these do that. They're stunning, my favorites. I would recommend them all. Moving on, I have 2 products in the hair care category. You guys ask me all the time what I use to tone my hair. I do get my hair bleached and toned professionally, so I don't know exactly the concoction she uses, but for upkeep, this is the best of the best. Fanola No Yellow. I get mine on Amazon. I get a big daddy. I've been through a few of these. This is the best purple shampoo that is on the market. Period. End of story. It works. You don't have to leave it on for 10 minutes. You just put it on in the shower, leave it on for maybe 2 to 5 minutes, depending on how icy you want to get, and it's amazing. I get so many compliments on my hair, and this is what I use to upkeep it. Another product that I love that's a little bit more subtle, so if you're new to the game, you might want to try this, and this is the IGK Mixed Feelings. This is a leave-in blonde toning drops. So you screw off the top and it has the drops right here, and you mix these like half and half with a leave-in conditioner or, you know, a styling cream or whatever it may be when your hair is wet, and this tones it. So you would have to use quite a few drops to get the effect you're going to get from the Fanola. So I use the Fanola, and then if I notice that I didn't leave it on long enough or I want a little bit more iciness, I'll go in with this. But I've had this for over 6 months and I'm not, you know, done with it, so it's a good investment. But if you're looking for like a more bang for your buck and you really want that silvery hair, the Fanola is the way to go. Okay, so we're in the home stretch. I have 4 products I want to show you guys for skincare. I picked the best of the best, the things that changed my skin the most. So the first one I talked about last year. This is the TLC Baby Facial from Drunk Elephant. Phenomenal, amazing. Use this once or twice a week, and this is the best product that I found for texture and smoothness. If you have texture, I don't know how else to describe it. If you have texture and you feel like your skin is rough and bumpy, use this and it will be smooth as a baby's bottom. I'm telling you, it's worth it. I've gone through multiples of these. I'm obsessed. Another product that I use daily, this is the Peter Thomas Roth 3% Retinoid Plus. This is a retinoid serum. I've had this for probably 6 months, used it consistently, and I'm about a quarter of the way done. You just need a couple drops. It doesn't break me out. It helps with texture. It's just amazing for pores, and I just wake up with my skin smoother, less textured, less little kind of bumps, or I don't know what they would call them, but little whiteheads. I do dabble around and sometimes I try different treatments at night, but the one that has stayed consistent and I've seen the most results from is this, so I want to keep it short and sweet. This is the best of the best. Another mask that I've gone through and repurchased, this is the Origins Out of Trouble 10-Minute Mask. So this is specifically for acne or troubled skin. This is amazing. It feels almost mentholy when you use it, but it's very sensitive friendly, so it's not going to break you out. It's actually going to help your breakouts, but it's not going to irritate. So sometimes when I had really bad cystic acne, I would apply this and leave it on for 30-40 minutes, take it off, and then apply it again, and it really helped heal those acne scars without drying the skin. You guys, I mean, I've gone through so much. Read the reviews on Sephora. If you have acne prone skin, this is a lifesaver. And the last product is not something that I found this year, but it is an amazing product that I just repurchased. This is my favorite exfoliator, and this is the Ole Henriksen Transforming Walnut Scrub. I'm sure you guys have tried this. This is amazing. I love the big, you know, kind of granules in it. I prefer like larger granules rather than like the microdermabrasion ones. I just feel like I get a better scrub. It smells amazing. It works beautifully. It doesn't irritate. I just feel like it keeps my skin smooth and the dead skin off. So if you wanted one powerhouse scrub that you could use in the shower a few times a week, this is it. All right, guys, so that is everything in my Best of Beauty 2018. And I feel like I even dwindled that down and I'm still like, I feel like I'm out of breath. I feel like I was going a mile a minute, but I was trying to get to the point and not bore you guys. I know this video is going to be so long. Before I go, I want to say thank you guys so much for all the love this past year. I just really appreciate every comment, every like, every tweet, you know, every share. It means a lot to me, and I love that I can do the job that I love, which is recommending products to you guys and just trying a bunch of products that I love. I'm such a makeup junkie, so to be able to have this as my career is just a blessing, and I just want to say thank you to you guys, because without you, I wouldn't be able to do this. So I really appreciate it. I love you guys so much. I hope you have an amazing 2019. Make sure to check out Scentbird down below, as well as everything else I mentioned. I will have it linked. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope that I gave you some suggestions and maybe some products to try for the new year. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video.